Well, it has been a disastrous couple of weeks as far as Manchester City are concerned, losing 4 games in a row in all competitions for the first time in Pep Guardiola's tenure. In fact, it's the first time since Stuart Pearce was manager back in 2006. The Citizens have endured such a poor run of form. So is it a mini blip or a full-blown crisis? And what are the reasons behind it? I think it's too simplistic to say the loss of Rodri, the recently crowned Ballon d'Or winner, is the main factor in City's demise, but he is such an important player, not just for them, but for Spain, whom he powered to glory at the Euros in the summer in Germany as well. For me, I just think the squad lacks a bit of depth. You look at the game at the weekend, Erling Haaland once again ploughing that lone furrow in attack. He basically has to play every minute of every game because City, rightly with the money on offer from Atletico Madrid, decided to cash in on Julian Alvarez in the summer. I think the mistake they made was not signing a like-for-like replacement and therefore taking a bit of the pressure off Haaland. Elsewhere, Kyle Walker, I think, is starting to look like a veteran defender. It would be a surprise to me if he didn't head for pastures new at the end of the season. Jack Grealish has been struggling with injury, so too Jeremy Doku. That means Mateus Nunes, for me, a player who's not quite up to City's very high levels, has had to play more, I think, than Pep Guardiola would like. So there are a combination of factors. Kevin De Bruyne also has had some niggly injuries this season. It's a long time since he scored in the Premier League, and I think he too may well depart, possibly for San Diego in America at the end of the season. And then there's the uncertainty surrounding the future of Guardiola himself. I remember back to when Sir Alex Ferguson was going to retire at Manchester United first time around before changing his mind. That had a really damaging effect on their performances that season. So I think there's a combination of reasons why City are not quite the force they were. Maybe mentally they're tired as well, having won each of the last 4 Premier League titles, a feat never achieved before in the history of the English top flight. Where does it leave them in terms of the title? With their second favourites now behind Liverpool. I still think there's a little bit of value in their price of around 9-4. Liverpool 5 points clear, 11 games into a season. The last 5 teams who've had such a commanding lead have gone on to be crowned champions, but we're yet to see them have a wobble since Arne Slot replaced Jurgen Klopp, and they've got some tough games on the horizon between now and the turn of the year. You look at the Champions League, City beaten 4-1 away at Sporting last week. The scoreline probably didn't reflect the overall game. City dominant in the first half, just didn't take their chances. They're favourites to win that competition, and I think I'd probably be more inclined to back them for European success. They're almost certainly going to finish in the top 8 and go straight through to the last 16, despite that defeat in Portugal. And, well, if this is to be Pep Guardiola's last season in charge, and that is still up for debate, I'm sure he'd love to go out with the European Cup. Those are my thoughts then on where City stand at the moment. Let us know your views in the comments below.